Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. Hey, so when I first got my Tacoma, one of the very first things I noticed when I started driving it around is there was no good place to put my cell phone. I wanted somewhere that it was accessible, but still a little bit out of the way, and I couldn't find anything in the Tacoma that really worked for that. Well, today, we're gonna do something about it. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. I do have the iPhone 11, just for context. This doesn't work. You do have this spot. That's kind of a good spot right there, right? Like that seems decent until you go to put it in drive. Now it's awkward. So that doesn't really work for me. That's probably the best spot. So this is really your best option right there. If you can see it, it kind of sits in there. It works. It's just awkward. I mean, it is accessible. I just don't love it. And so we're going to try to do something about it today. So before I do the big reveal, let me know what kind of mount are you using in your Tacoma? Reply down below. So today I'm going to be installing a car mount for my cell phone. This is actually the carmount.com website that I got it off of. Not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I've actually seen their ads mostly on Facebook and Instagram. When you go to their site, there are some reviews there, but again, it's right on their site, so they're probably filtering those. It's really hard to know how good or bad it is. There were some options on Amazon, and I can link those down below that maybe I should have considered, but I thought, what the heck, let's try this out, mount it on the Tacoma and see if it meets the needs. Now, this one specifically is the actual dash mount. There are the vent mounts as well, but I didn't go with those, and let me show you why. And basically on the Tacoma, you've got these big vents, right? And they rotate. If you need to push air to the back, like I'll usually put it up like that so that the air is going up. Otherwise, I've got it pointed like this at me. So it's not your traditional car mount. So I just didn't feel like a vent mount would be great, number one. And number two, I didn't want to have my phone blocking the mount. So I'm looking to install this. I'm actually thinking maybe right here is going to be the spot so that it mounts it around there in that position. Kind of a weird reflection there. Now the question is going to be is how far out does this mount stick? So let's take a look what's in the box and let's see if we can get it to go right here. All right, let's start by taking a look at what's here in the box. This has got a little F1 on it. Again, it's carmount.com. I'll put a link below. I do get a little nervous when you don't find a lot about a company. You're just seeing their stuff on Instagram and Facebook. It did take about 7 to 10 days to ship to me. Came directly from China. Opening up the box here, first of all, here's the mount itself. Honestly, in the pictures, it looked a little bit more matte finish. You can see it's got a little bit of shine to it. I don't love that. I do like that the front of it has got that nice mount of matte finish on it. Inside, basically, you're getting the wipes for the wet to wipe it off and clean it, and then the dry one. And then you got two metal plates. These are going to come off and stick to the phone case is what I'm going to put them on, and then that's what the mount is. The question is it going to really hold my phone in place? So that's what we're going to look at. So we will clean the surface, dry it off, per the instructions, stick it on. Then it says to wait at least 10 to 20 minutes before actually using it. So I am pretty concerned with where it's going to mount it. There's just not a lot of space. I really don't want to put it up very high. So we're just going to kind of do the best we can with this spot. I'm going to actually clean a little bit bigger spot. Obviously, I don't want to hitting the emergency light. I feel like things are pretty clean here, but wet cloth, dry cloth, let's use that now. Just clean that off really well. It's nice and clean. Make sure it's dry. That's probably as important. And then what we're going to do is we're going to peel off this little backing right here and then apply it to there. Now, supposedly this is reusable, meaning that if I don't like where it goes, I should be able to remove it. I'm not actually sure that I believe that, if we're being honest, but we're going to give it a try. All right, so that's the spot I'm looking at. Let me hold it down. Make sure to give it a really good firm press on it and see. And I am trying to put pressure on the sides as much as I can. Now that I've got it there, lean it to one side, really push that side in. Gonna lean it to the other side, really push this side in. All right, that's in place. It says to leave it for 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna leave it, actually it's 10 to 20 minutes, excuse me, 10 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna leave it, we're gonna put the adhesive on the case, and we'll come back and see how it does. Phone is out of the case. As I kind of think about where it goes, you can see, hopefully, that it is definitely going to be leaning forward because it hits that. There's no way to put it down this low because that's where the camera's going to be. I believe that if you put it in the middle, it's going to wipe out wireless charging. Now, I don't use wireless charging, so it's not a bad option for me. I also want to make sure to put the plate this way and not this way, because I wanted to give it the maximum amount of strength. So let's take this off. We'll see. Again, I can always rip it off the case. I can always get a new case. I've actually been thinking about getting a new case anyway, but I definitely wanted to have like maximum hold on there. And in fact, the magnet is already gripping it, so I can kind of get an idea, which is really nice, of where it's going to sit and how it's going to sit on there just by putting it on in the spot, kind of getting an idea that it is going to be leaning forward at that point. All right, so you can see that little shadow. That's where the plate is. It's not, the adhesive is not on it for my case, but it's going to give me at least an idea of where it's going to go. Because again, I'm a little worried about the hold because of this ledge right here. That's what we're talking about. All right, you can see once you peel it off, you get the sticky part. That blue film is going to come off as well. And then boom, I'm going to put it just about right there. Peel this off. Going to get some fingerprints on it. That's okay. All right, that's where it's going to be on my phone case, and let's see what happens. All right, so it has been 20 minutes. You can see where the plate is on the back. Tried to put it the long way to be able to match this long way. Try to give it the maximum hold. Again, I'm a little worried about this ledge and if that's going to cause an issue, but let's see how it goes. All right, so it is in place. You can definitely see it's leaning forward. Dang, I'm not sure it's gonna work in this spot. So I think what I'm gonna do is just lean it forward just a little bit. That way it's gonna try to keep it away until, you know, I also wanna make sure that I'm really centered on that magnet. But all right, it's in place. And let's see how it goes. I guess we'll maybe do a little driving test. All right, that's just a quick test drive down the street. Hit a couple bumps, it didn't fall off. But again, it may be more about the placement that I have it in, more than the mount itself. I'm going to test it out for a few days, kind of let you know on a Quick Mod Monday review of this thing a little bit more once we've tested it out. Thanks for checking out the video. Hit subscribe, hit like. We'll see you in the next one.